Good morning, students. Let's begin our social science class. Today I am going to explain NCRT Democratic Politics, chapter Federalism. By the picture, you can understand the federation or federalism shows that the government of regional or a state level and the country or national level always cooperate to each other. So start with the meaning. What is federalism? Federalism is a system of government in which the power is divided between a central authority and various constituent units of the country. When we talk about central authority, like government who can take care of whole country, that is central government, and various constituent units, for example, in consider to India, state government and local government. Local government include panchayat and municipality. So the government on different level, wherever the government divided into more than one level, it is considered as federation or federalism. Levels of government in federation. Usually a federation has two level of government. Government for the entire country, that is usually responsible for a few subject of common national interest. Government at the level of provinces or a state that look after much of the day to day administering of their state. In previous chapter we have discussed that there were some amendment made by Belgium, and afterward it works like a federation. That change took place in Belgium in 1993, where the regional government were given constitutional power that were no longer dependent on central government. Thus Belgium shifted from a government unitary to federation, whereas Sri Lanka does not. So if you talk about the different type of government, Belgium is a good model of federation where the level of government work accordingly. Key features of federalism. There are two or more level or tiers of government. Different tiers of government govern the same citizen, but each tier has its own jurisdiction in a specific matter of legislation, taxation, and administration. The meaning of the jurisdiction is governing authority. For example, Rajasthan governing by the Congress party that is governing in Rajasthan, they have power to take decision on legislature, taxation, and administration. Central government cannot assist them. They are independent to take decision on jurisdiction. Means authority to take decision on issues of legislation, taxation, and administration. The jurisdictions of respective level of the government are specified in constitution. So the existence and authority of each tier, the government is constitutionally guaranteed. Means this authority, the power authority taken by the different levels through the constitution, and it is very obvious in India that whatever things written in constitution, it is not changed by any level of government. The fundamental provision of the constitution cannot be unilaterally changed by one level of government. Such changes require the consent of both level of government. If anything written in constitution or any level government wants to change, first they put this thing into the parliament and two-third majority of vote is required to bring that amendment. Amendment is referred to the change in constitution. So it's so powerful and is specified in constitution. Then courts have the power to interpret the constitution and the parts of different level of government to control it. The highest court act as an umpire if dispute arise between different level of government in the exercise of their respective power. In previous class, we have discussed the constitution or judiciary has the power to deal with the matter of central state government, citizen and state government. So here again we are going to repeat, the court have the power to interpret the constitution. Like if someone have dispute like the state government and central government, then court play a role of empire and solve the dispute. Whatever court decide, that will follow either to the state or the central authority or the central government. Source of revenue for each level of the government are clearly specified to ensure financial autonomy. Each state, each level, whether it is local or is state, authorized to collect their revenue. Central government cannot interfere in this matter. The federal system thus has dual objective to safeguard and promote unity of the country while at the same time accommodate regional diversity. Safeguard promote unity of the country in way the division of all 28 state and 8 union territory, and accommodate regional diversity through the different language, culture, and the division of the work. That is how this division is not create the division of the thinking. It This division provide accommodation of different places. Therefore, two aspects are crucial for the institution and the practice of federalism. Government at different levels should agree to some rules of power sharing. Means, uh, if central government need any favor by the state government, the state government give help to the or support to the central government, same central government give help to the state government. If this mutual understanding is there, then it run in a proper federation or democracy. They should also trust to each other in the agreement. An ideal federal system has both aspects, mutual trust and agreement to live together. If central government do not have trust in state, or state does not have trust in central government, then there is a chaos, and all the time they are fighting with each other. So country cannot develop in this manner. So, types of federation, there are two kinds of route through which federation have been formed: coming together federation and holding together federation. So, we are going to distinguish what is coming together federation. It involves independent state coming together on their own to form a bigger unit, so that by pooling sovereignty and retaining identity, they can increase their security. For example, coming together federation exists in USA, Switzerland, and Australia. Most important thing in coming together federation, please note down that the state government equally powerful in comparison to the central government in coming together federation. Like state usually have equal power and strong, vice versa the federal government. Fine. Now second type of a route, where a large country decide to divide its power between constituent state and national government, that is holding together federation. In this system, that the constituent state and the national government uh, govern under central government, means central government is more powerful. If you compare it with holding together and coming together, so coming together the state government equal power and strong, vice versa federal government. But in holding together, the central government tends to be more powerful, vice versa the state government. Example of this type of system: India, Spain, and Belgium. Question related to the content: what is the federalism? One mark question, the first slide. Then distinguish between unitary and federations government. What you need to write: that the with unitary government, uh, there is only one level of government, or the subunit are subordinate to the central government. Example, you can write China. Then second point, the central government can pass on order to provincial or the local government. This is what a unitary government. Central government always pass the order to the provincial or local government. Then what is Federation government, a federal system, the central government cannot order the state government to do something. State government has power of its own for which it is not answerable to the central government. So both these government are separately answerable to the people. So this is 1.5, 3 mark question. And example of federation: India, Belgium; unitary government, China and Sri Lanka. Explain any 5 features of federalism. 5 mark question, you have to illustrate first to 5 point like features given in book. There are two or more level, different tier, jurisdiction, then constitutional guarantee. All these point, any out of 7, any 5 point you illustrate is a long answer. What is the dual objective of federal system? 1 mark question. Dual objective is to safeguard and promote unity of the country while the same time accommodate regional diversity. There are two kinds of routes through which the federation have been formed. Explain. Yes, a half of marks for writing coming together federation and holding together, and explain both the things in 2 points where you will get the 3 mark. Thank you. Have a nice day.